Mulai. Mulai non.
Enggak.
Dibuka, sayang. Dibuka.
Enggak pembukaan dulu, Kak Ilya.
Assalamualaikum sama-sama.
Cepat.
Assalamualaikum
Assalamualaikum
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. We are from group 2 from class 4B. My name is Resti Prastika Gustian. Here, I will explain the first part of our material, namely the meaning of capital or modal. Jadi next. Yeah, next. The first, what is modal? Modal is an auxiliary verb which function as the main verb. In general, modal verbs that have a different behavior from ordinary verbs or verb. So guys, modal is an auxiliary verb, merupakan kata kerja bantu that must be used with the main verb, yang harus digunakan dengan kata kerja utama. The next, the function of the modal verb consists of, there is the first, declare permission. Permission merupakan menyatakan izin. The second, declare possibility, menyatakan kemungkinan. The third, declare necessity. Necessity menyatakan keperluan. Declare kemauan atau kemampuan. Next, okay guys, the next kind of modal. You can see guys, there are several types of modal. There is can, could, would, can, could, may, might, will, would, must, shall, should, and the last of two. And not only that, modals are divided into. So, modal is also divided into three parts. The first, present modal. The second, past modal. And the last, perfect modal. And explain about that, present modal and past modal can only be followed by the infinitive form without to or bare infinitive. Meanwhile, the modal perfect is followed by the third form verb 3. Verb 3. The next, dividing present modal and past modal. Basically, capital is divided into two types, present modal and past modal. Below is an explanation of the two types of modal. Okay, guys, we can see from the left, present modal. There is can, bisa, will, akan, shall, akan, may, boleh, must, harus, should, harus, atau sebaiknya, ought to, harus atau sebaiknya. And we can see the right from the modal past or past modal. There is could, would, should, might, and had to. In the next, in addition to this modal example, there are several words that also have the same meaning, such as the first can or could, be capable of, be able to, manage to. And the second, will or shall, he doing to, be about to. And the last, may or might, perhaps, probable, possible, reasonable, but better, be supposed to. So, we can see from the different, the dividing present modal and the past modal. Next, formula dari present modal and past modal. This is the formula using modal. There is a positive word subject plus modal plus verb 1 plus object. And the negative word subject plus modal plus not plus verb 1 plus object. And the last question mark, modal plus subject plus verb 1 plus object. So we can see how the formula use of modal. The next, the use of modal, kegunaan modal. The first, can, could. Can modal, verb means can or can. Just like will, can is also present capital or modal. Meanwhile, could means the same thing as can. However, could is a capital past and is used to speak more formal. Okay, guys, so let's see an example of application, the sentence from can or could. The first, menyatakan kemampuan, declare capability. For the example sentence, I can cook very well. I couldn't sing this song beautifully. The second, menyatakan kemungkinan, stating possible. For the example sentence, I can call you if I have finished my work. I couldn't listen to what he said. And the third, menyatakan izin, ask for permission. For the example sentence, you can watch TV after doing your homework. You can borrow my novel tomorrow morning. And the last, menyatakan permohonan yang sopan, declare a polite. For the example sentence, can I see your phone? Could you please tell me where the nearest bank is? Not is in case of request, could is more polite than can. Next, Jot. Next, the use of modals. The second, may or might. May means is a present modal, which means maybe, mungkin. While might means the same as a may, but in the form of a modal. Another difference is the might states more uncertain possibility and stating more formal. Let's see for the example the sentence of may or might. The first, menyatakan kemungkinan, declare possibility. Tia doesn't come to the class. She may get up late. Sinta might not be angry because I'm her boyfriend. And the last, menyatakan izin, declare permission. For the example sentence, you might meet your mom. May I ask you a question? Okay, guys. That's all from me, my explanation. Next will be explained by Vidya Astuti. Thank you.
Okay. Here we have must or had to. Itu menyatakan untuk keharusan atau untuk menyatakan kepastian atau prediksi yang pasti. For the example, first, you must pay all of this, or you had to keep the secret. And next example, we have, after studying all the day, you must be so tired. And the second one is, since you do not practice seriously, you must not win the dance competition. Next. Okay. Shall digunakan untuk I dan we. And itu digunakan untuk menyatakan suatu rencana dan dalam kalimat tanya digunakan untuk memberikan saran. For example, first, we shall return the book this weekend. Or, I shall not text you tonight. And another example is, it is too hot here. So I open the window. And the second, you shall ask me if I want. Okay. dilanjutkan oleh Jody.
Saya akan melanjutkan contoh kegunaan dari shall. Shall memiliki makna seharusnya. Kata shall sendiri merupakan bentuk lampau dari shall. Namun cara penggunaannya sedikit berbeda. Penggunaan shall biasanya digunakan bersamaan dengan subjek we. Aturan penggunaan kata shall memang hanya dipakai untuk we saja, bukan you dan lainnya. Pertama, kata shall dapat digunakan untuk mengekspresikan suatu tugas atau sesuatu yang memiliki keharusan untuk dilakukan atau duty or obligation. Contohnya, you should tell her the truth, atau they should pay the fees in time. Nah, yang kedua, kata shall juga bisa digunakan pada conditional clause atau sentence untuk mengekspresikan kemungkinan atau pengandaian atau possibilities or suppositions. Contohnya seperti if he should come, ask him to wait, atau should it rain, there will be no match today. Ketiga, kata shall dapat digunakan untuk menanyakan sesuatu. Contohnya, should I buy another pizza for dinner? Atau should I take a bus to school tomorrow? Nah, yang terakhir, kata shall juga dapat digunakan untuk menyampaikan sebuah kemungkinan. Contohnya seperti, if you come again this Monday, your passport shall be finished. Atau, if you go into that room, you shall see Mr. Albert there. Nah, kedua kalimat contoh di atas memiliki shall yang berarti probably atau mungkin. Kalimat pertama atau contoh pertama memiliki arti yang sama dengan kalimat your passport probably will be done when you come in Monday. Terus kalimat kedua, contoh kedua memiliki arti yang sama dengan kalimat Mr. Albert probably will be in that room. Next. Next now. Contoh penggunaan will. Will yang mempunyai arti kata akan dapat digunakan dalam suatu kalimat atau ungkapan untuk menyatakan sebuah. Yang pertama, tindakan atau peristiwa yang akan datang. Dalam penggunaan dan penempatan kata will ini, kita harus menggunakan kata kerja bentuk pertama yaitu atau infinitive atau verb one tanpa ada tambahan artikel-artikel lainnya. Artikel yang dimaksud adalah penambahan is, s, id, d, ing atau li. Contohnya seperti we will celebrate our daughter's birthday party on next Saturday night. Contoh kedua seperti Ismarini will see the dentist to check her teeth. Yang kedua, kemauan. Contohnya Zahiri will help you cut the grass. Yang ketiga, kebenaran abadi. Contohnya the stone will sink in the water. Contoh kedua, the water will boil if it is on fire. Yang keempat, permintaan dengan halus dan sopan atau menawarkan apabila dipakai dalam kalimat tanya serta ditambah dengan kata please. Letak perbedaannya terdapat pada penempatan will yang berada di awal kalimat atau menggunakan pola kalimat interrogatif atau kalimat tanya. Contohnya seperti will you come to my birthday party tonight? Nah, yang kelima, janji atau tekad yang akan datang dilakukan. Contohnya I will talk to your parents tonight. Atau contoh kedua, they will follow camping event. Yang keenam, kata will memiliki arti yang sama dengan be going to. Will dalam bahasa Inggris mempunyai arti kata kemauan, keinginan, ingin, akan. Fungsi will juga masih sama seperti arti dasar. Perbedaannya adalah apabila be going to untuk menyatakan suatu kegiatan, harapan, pengandaian di masa yang akan datang, dan semua diimbangi dengan usaha yang nyata. Jadi kemungkinan 90% kegiatan, harapan, pengandaian akan benar-benar terjadi di masa yang akan datang. Penggunaan be akan menyesuaikan dengan subjek atau pelakunya. To be yang digunakan adalah is, am, and are. Contohnya seperti I'm going to have holiday in Hong Kong atau she is not going to meet the CEO today. Lanjut now. Lanjut yang lain. Lagi. Lanjut ke contoh penggunaan will. Selanjutnya kata will merupakan bentuk lampau dari will. Kata will digunakan ketika Anda mengajukan pertanyaan dengan kata yang sopan. Misalnya, contohnya seperti, will you help me to fixing my car? Atau, will you like to be in my team for the science class project? Nah, kalimat di atas memiliki arti yang sama dengan, do you want to help me fixing my car? And, atau, do you want to be in my team for the science class project? Nah, selain sebagai kata permohonan, kata will juga dapat digunakan untuk mengekspresikan sebuah permintaan secara sopan. Tidak jauh berbeda dari situasi sebelumnya. Contohnya seperti, I would like more tea, please. Yang memiliki arti yang sama dengan I want more tea, please. Nah, selanjutnya, would juga dapat digunakan untuk menjelaskan kebiasaan di masa lampau. Contohnya seperti, my father will be mad every time I get home more than 9 p.m. Nah, kalimat di atas memiliki arti yang sama dengan kalimat whenever I get home past 9 p.m. My father get mad at me. Selanjutnya, kata would juga dapat digunakan untuk menjelaskan sebuah tujuan. Contohnya, Jonas said he will try to diet. Kalimat ini memiliki arti yang sama dengan kalimat Jonas said he has an intention to go diet. Yang terakhir, kata will bisa digunakan untuk menunjukkan if clause atau sebuah pilihan. Contohnya seperti if I live in London, I will go to Oxford University. Dan I would rather work alone than to be on the same team with him. Kalimat contoh pertama menunjukkan penggunaan kata would untuk if clause yang memiliki sedangkan contoh kedua menunjukkan penggunaan kata would untuk sebuah pilihan atau untuk menggantikan prefer to. Nah, kalimat ini memiliki arti yang sama dengan I prefer to work alone than to be on the same team with him. Segitu dulu penjelasan saya. Selanjutnya akan dijelaskan oleh Nalita Agustina.
Okay, now I'm going to explain about ought to. Ought to is used for a sentence that makes a suggestion or makes recommendation. Ought to can also be used to express an assumption or expectation, as well as strong possibility, often used to make a sentence that describes feasibility, but honestly is not. Ought not without to is used to make a suggestion sentence for doing something, although American English prefers the less formal form of should not or had better not. The formula for using ought to in a sentence. In positive, subject plus ought to plus verb 1. And negative, subject plus ought not plus verb 1. And interrogative, ought plus subject plus 2 plus verb 1. And then ought to is a modal verb. It is similar to should, but a little stronger than should, and not as a stronger as well must. Now we're gonna learn how to use ought to. Being a modal verb, it has various meaning, depending on how it is used in a sentence. So take some example and see what are the different ways of ought to is used. The first one, you ought to exercise more. Now, one thing remember, when you use ought to, the verb that follow always should be in the base form at the first present. So, if I tell you, you ought to exercise more, what does this mean? Okay, I'm making a recommendation, or I'm advising you.
Now probably you have been exercising a lot even, maybe dating, but there's no result. So I tell you, you ought to exercise more. That means I'm reminding or suggesting and advising you to exercise more. So you can use ought to when you want to make recommendation or give an advice. And the next example, she ought to receive the package tonight. Now, when I say she ought to receive the package tonight, it's a probability. There are a great chance. So, when you want to say something as a probability, you can go ahead and use ought to. And the third example, that is, James ought to get the promotion. So you have ought to the verb in the present form. There is present form ought to get the promotion. No, you are it. It shows there is an expectation. It is expected that James is going to get the promotion because he deserves it. So when there is an expectation or when something expected, you can say James ought to, or you can use the word ought to. And you must remember, ought to loses to in negative sentence instead of using ought not to, but we use ought not. The example, we ought not eat so much. So please don't to say ought to not, because this is completely wrong. So you can say we ought not eat so much, or you can say the word ought not in negative sentence. And the second example, Alex ought not to take such risks while rise. Just like the first example, you don't need to put to in the negative sentence because it is wrong. So you can say just ought not. And perfect modal. Perfect modal is used to show the past consists of a modal verb followed by the perfect infinitive or have plus past participle, verb 3. And some of the modal verbs that we can use are could, should, would, might, and must. And then the formula of perfect modal that is in positive, there subject plus modal plus have plus verb 3 and object. And in negative, subject plus modal plus have plus not plus verb 3 and object. And interrogative, modal plus subject plus have plus verb 3 and object. Remember, modal is always followed by a simple verb or verb infinitive. That is, therefore, have can never be has or had. Even though the subject of the sentence is the third person singular, that are she, he, and it. And the next will be explained by Yulia Wirnani.
I will continue the explanation of perfect modal. Previously, we have seen the formula for perfect modal. Now we will discuss the use of the perfect modal. The first is must have. Must have used to conclude or event that this type of modal states that the speaker is very confident in the report he or she makes. Ya, must have digunakan untuk menyimpulkan kejadian yang terjadi pada masa lampau. Modal jenis ini menyatakan bahwa penutur sangat yakin dengan kesimpulan yang dibuatnya. For example, you want competition, you must have practice very hard. Ya, artinya kamu memenangkan kompetisi, kamu pasti sudah latihan dengan sangat keras. States that the perfect modal is read writing. If we analyze, you are subject and plus must plus have plus participle of verb 3. Next, the second example, my clothes are dry. The sun must have been very bright this afternoon. Artinya pakaian-pakaian saya kering, matahari pasti sangat cerah siang ini. It is important to remember that the use of been here, usually the perfect modal uses been if there is no verb, but what does exist in adjective, an adverb of place, or an adverb of time. For example, number 2, we can see that the no verb in this sentence been some like was or were in past tense. Lanjut. Slide selanjutnya. Dah. Okay, next modal are may and might have. May and might have used to deduce the possible occur in the past. This modal state that the speaker is not so sure or doubt about what he or she is saying. Yang artinya digunakan untuk menyimpulkan kemungkinan yang terjadi pada masa lampau. Modal jenis ini menyatakan bahwa penulis tidak yakin dengan ucapannya. For example, Rina might have watched the movie alone. Artinya menonton film itu sendirian. Same like explanation of must have, writing is perfect modal. Rina is subject, plus might, plus have, plus past participle or verb 3, and plus object. Next, the second example, Sinta failed in the exam, she made it. Artinya, Sinta gagal dalam ujian, mungkin dia tidak belajar. In the sentence, modal that used is negative sentence because there is not in the sentence. So formula that used is she is subject, plus may, plus have, plus not, plus verb 3. It's important to remember for this example and have explained before. Narita, we can see usage of have. Modal is always followed by a simple verb, or have can never be has or have, even though the sentence is third person singular, such as he, she, and it. Selanjutnya. And next, it could have. Could have used to express abilities that were not done in the past. Artinya akan untuk mengekspresikan kemampuan yang tidak dilakukan di masa lalu. Itu, tapi penggunaan could juga dapat digunakan untuk mengkritik sebuah kejadian di masa lampau dan sebagainya. For example, I believe that he could have outstanding student. Ya, artinya saya percaya bahwa dia bisa menjadi siswa yang luar biasa. And the second example, I could have answered Mr. Tono's question, but I remained silent. Ya, artinya saya bisa saja menjawab pertanyaan Pak Tono, tapi slide selanjutnya. Oke, slide terakhir yaitu the last is should have. Should have used to indicate that should or should be done, but the contrasting or contradicting facts in the past. Artinya should have untuk mengindikasikan kewajiban yang seharusnya dilakukan atau tidak dilakukan. Namun faktanya kontras atau bertentangan dengan fakta yang di masa lampau. Untuk rumusnya, should have memiliki sedikit dengan perfect modal lain. Perbedaannya itu di kalimat negatif. Jika rumus perfect yang lain meletakkan not setelah have, namun untuk should have, not dilakukan setelah should, dan have mengikuti setelahnya. For example, Chika should have gone send the package this morning. Yang artinya Chika seharusnya mengirimkan paket pagi ini. Dilihat dari penjelasannya di atas, should have digunakan untuk mengindikasikan kewajiban yang seharusnya dilakukan atau tidak dilakukan. Namun faktanya kontras atau bertentangan dengan fakta di masa lampau. Jadi, fakta dari kalimat ini adalah she did not send the package this morning. The second example, I should not have eaten fast food yesterday. Artinya, aku seharusnya tidak makan makanan cepat saji kemarin. Jadi faktanya, fast food yesterday. So, I think that's enough. Mana?
That's all from us. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.
Udah weh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Cut dulu,
wabarakatuh.
cut. Cut. Berhentikan recordingnya.
Suaraku tadi jelas ya?
Jelas, jelas.
Gue lihat
Yang jelas
lihat
kan?
dulu di
Soalnya
kota,
sinyal.
jelas apa enggak.
Jelas,
Itu
Kak.
apa ya?
Siapa yang record tadi?
Yanu.
Nanti kalau di kota nggak jelas, udahlah buat video lagi ya.
Oke.
So